Nothing will ever be the same after tonight's internet fire. What was previously dismissed as simply whispers has now become screaming. Fans are referring to this latest rumor as the most shocking scandal in the history of hip-hop relationships. Chrissy Lannon and Jim Jones, the couple who endured decades of ups and downs, love and hip-hop may never be the same. And the explanation for it: secret documents, leaked video, and a whisper of a secret child who may reveal all. We believed we were aware of their romance. Imagine spending 20 years together. Years. Only to find out later that your spouse could have secretly wed someone else. Fans think Chrissy is now suffering that nightmare. According to records leaked by an enigmatic burner account, Jim married behind closed doors. Additionally, the name on Chrissy is not the owner of that marriage license. And supposed voice messages circulating, which exacerbates the situation. Jim acknowledges having a kid outside of the connection. Hashtags like $Jim exposed, our Chrissy breaks down, and our secret bait have caused Twitter to collapse. Celebrities are taking sides. Fans are questioning, did Chrissy waste 20 years on a man who was playing her? As a result of insiders sharing communications. All along, remain in this place because the betrayals, the lies, and the receipts are all coming out in real time. And you'll be left with what follows. Gasping. It seemed as though the world had stopped turning the night the rumors went viral. Quiet murmurs were buzzing on social media. Then, however, boom. The whole hip-hop world was turned upside down by one screenshot. Fans have been watching Jim Jones and Chrissy Lannon ride the roller coaster for more than 20 years. Loves roller coaster. When Chrissy proposed to Jim on national television, they chuckled. When Mama Jones, her condemnation tore them apart. Every time the pair assured them that the wedding bells would eventually arrive, they held on to hope. However, the murmurs now say, though not for Chrissy, those bells had already rung. It began with a blurry image sent by an unexpectedly visible Twitter user identifying itself. Secrets of Harlem. It appeared to be a scanned courthouse document. Watermarked and blurry, but still readable enough for fans to improve and break down. The marriage license is at the top. James Jim Jones's name appeared beneath it, and the woman next to it was not Chrissy Lannon. The site went into a frenzy as fans yelled into the empty space of Twitter threads. In a few minutes, hashtags were popular. Secret wife. Why Chrissy breakup, Jim's revealed. To make matters worse, the burner account posted a caption that made many on the internet shiver. More than just a ring has been concealed by him. He has been concealing the entire family. Chrissy herself fueled the flames by midnight. Her Instagram story showed a dark screen, profile in only 3 words. Avoid playing with me. That was it. No picture, no explanation, just white lettering covered with sheer fury. Instantly, blogs took off. The Shade Room reposted. Hollywood released the shared theories. Comment sections were overrun by fans. Was Chrissy aware from the beginning? Was the mystery or Jim the target of her warning? Wife? Hours later, the first leak occurred, transforming suspicion into mayhem. On Tik, a muffled audio recording appeared. Talk was purportedly caught backstage following a dip at event. It was Jim's voice, distinct and harsh. I wanted it to sound like this, the voice acknowledged. The baby was not meant to be revealed to her. The fans stopped. The infant? What baby? Who was she? Was it Chrissy? Was it the purported new spouse? Was the marriage license leak caused by this? That one phrase exploded on the internet. Twitter turned into a battlefield. Jim's supporters defended him by claiming that the audio was deep fake, produced by AI. Others took it at face value and demanded that Chrissy leave right away. And during it all, receipts that hinted to Harlem secrets were released at midnight on Friday. Don't pass it up. Instagram, meanwhile, was on fire. Jim was seen on a grainy paparazzi film entering a hotel foyer at 2 a.m., with a lady wearing a hood by his side. Fans slowed it slowly, zoomed in. Despite comparing her hair, body, and gait, no unambiguous identification was possible. Nevertheless, conjecture grew. Was this the key, wife? The more Chrissy remained silent, the louder it became until she eventually spoke. She spent slightly over 2 hours live on Instagram. Minutes. Her voice trembled beneath the weight of treachery, but her face remained composed. "This man has been restrained by me for 20 years, she stated. "This is what I get after everything. All the lies, all the heartache, all the rumors." Fans observed her left hand before she abruptly halted the live stream. She had lost the engagement ring that famous rock gym had finally given her years prior. The internet exploded. Edits of Chrissy's lives on TikTok became viral. Over melancholy piano music, she sewed her sentences. Cries from fans that she squandered their 20 years of devotion. Celebrities leaped when Twitter announced, "Chrissy is done. In." "You don't wait 20 years for a man to choose you before deleting it minutes later," Cardi B tweeted. "Every queen ultimately regains her crown," Remy Ma said. Even Bowie Messi, as usual, went live to declare, "Dude, I knew Jimmy was dealing with something else." However, the most terrifying incident was a FaceTime recording that was released. Jim's voice could be heard clearly in the 18-second film, which purportedly showed him grinning down at an infant in someone's arms. "Daddy loves you, my little one." Fans slowed it slower, repeated it, and examined it while the internet as a whole gasped. The backdrop. Was this the baby that everyone was whispering about? Or was it Brooke Bailey from Basketball Wives cradling the child? Fans were devastated for Chrissy by this point, not just upset with Jim. Yahoo filled timelines. "Pray for Chrissy, number 20 years gone. Justice for Chrissy?" Memes sprang in, drawing a comparison between Jim supposedly proposing to someone and Chrissy's proposal years prior. Others in private, and then, suddenly, Mama Jones entered the fray, going live with a glass of wine and giggling. "You're finally seeing what I've been trying to tell you," she said, beaming broadly into the camera. "Chrissy ain't the one, and Jimmy. Will Jimmy do what Jimmy does?" The crowd exploded. Did Mama Jones know about the baby? Did she know about the hidden wife? Was she gloating? Jim and Chrissy's friends, the Frost family, were also unable to remain silent. Rashidita posted a mysterious Instagram caption. "No matter how much time passes, some things cannot be reversed." Supporters bombarded her comments, pleading for clarification. When Harlem Secrets dropped another breadcrumb, the drama intensified. Was she supporting Chrissy or was she disparaging Jim? Fans said they could discern Jim's name faintly listed on a grainy court document stamped with what appeared to be DNA test results. The mother's name has been heavily redacted. Under the alleged father talk, shows discussed if the incident was a cultural earthquake rather than merely a love and hip-hop plot. Bloggers debated if Jim was concealing another marriage for immigration, wealth, or power, while Chrissy squandered her best years. Additionally, TikTok investigators used past Instagram photos, similar attire, and matching places to create whole timelines that demonstrated Jim and Brooke Bailey had been closer than anybody had thought. The biggest surprise, however, was when Harlem Secrets went live at midnight on Friday night, offering the ultimate evidence. With more than 900,000 viewers, the live stream displayed documents that appeared frightfully official. Jim Jones's fans went crazy with the claimed hidden wife's name, notarized signatures, and Brooke Bailey next to him. The betrayal was even more painful for the reality star from another VH1 series. Immediately, clips from the feed went viral. Side-by-side pictures of Brooke and Jim at feeds were overrun with old tweets from Brooke, including mysterious phrases like, "My heart is home and love is worth fighting for." Fans now viewed them as confessions that were concealed in plain sight, but things didn't go as planned with this stream. The stream went dead just before Harlem Secrets was about to show a tape of a 10-minute altercation between Jim and Chrissy. Fans shouted treachery in real time as a result of a technical fault that was either hacked or suppressed. Conspiracy. There were rumors that the Harlem Secrets had been bought off, that VH1 had shut it down, and that was the recording too risky to release. By dawn, hashtags like "Snatch Where's the Tape?" on were consuming Twitter. That internet didn't breathe for 2 whole days, and that missing encounter recording didn't remain lost, so the turmoil had only just started. Conspiracy theories surged up as everyone waiting for the alleged altercation recording to reappear when Harlem Secrets abruptly stopped their live feed. Some said Jim's staff had hacked the account, while others swore VH1 had dispatched attorneys to take it down. Fans, however, offered the most terrifying theory, after pointing to a mysterious Instagram comment Mama Jones made on one of her previous posts. "Don't poke the bear if you can't handle it." Then, at precisely 3:07 a.m., was she implying that the recording was so harmful that it would permanently ruin her son? An unidentified TikTok user posted a shaky, low-quality video clip on Sunday morning with the title, "In Just a Few Minutes, JJXEL Tall Confrontation." MPP4 received millions of views and was reposted on blogs, Reddit, Instagram, and Twitter all over the world. The footage appeared to show Jim and Chrissy in a dimly lit living room, obviously mid-a-roo, and Chrissy's voice broke through sobs as the internet exploded. "You married her?" she yelled. "Despite everything, you married someone else behind my back after I begged you to commit for 20 years. You think you've been holding it down alone? I've been bearing this burden," Jim said, pacing the room with his chain swinging and firing back. "Additionally, you are unaware of the full extent of it." Then came the shocking statement. That split the internet in two. Chrissy said, "Jimmy, what about the baby? Do you believe I'm ignorant? You believe that I don't notice the documents?" There was a tremendous boom at the end of the tape, as if someone had knocked the phone recording to the ground. The baby rumors were no longer rumors after those last comments, which were enough to send shockwaves through the entire community. Chrissy herself essentially verified them, and the hashtags Chrissy knew exploded on Twitter timelines. The For You page was instantly inundated with "Yeah buzz." Jim's exposed TikTok edits that spliced together the leaked footage with Chrissy's former love and hip-hop clips of her sobbing. Within hours after the recording release, Jim Jones went live, and followers tagged the changes with statements like, "She gave 20 years, he gave betrayal," and "She begged her sacrificing." "You all believe you know my life, but you don't," he said, pacing, sweating and raising his voice in rage. "That is referred to as tape. It's a private matter. That isn't meant for you to see. Stop talking like a baby, too. Having fun with me. Give up playing with my family." Fans, however, weren't buying it. Comment sections pulled him, typing, "If it's a lie, say it's a lie." His inability to explicitly refute the accusations only made him appear more guilty, over and over. Then, wearing a robe, her hair pulled back and a glass of red wine, Mama Jones swept back into the spotlight. Her voice trembled with anger as she said, "Don't any of you disrespect my son." She was holding wine. "That woman has been controlling this family since day one, and she has never stopped using the internet to ruin Jimmy since she bit her. Been his wife. She won't be his wife forever, but she slid right when people were supporting Mama Jones. And yes, there may be a child, but so what?" she exclaimed in the thick of her tirade. The internet froze. "Does it mean Chrissy is some angel? She isn't innocent. Did Mama Jones just confirm the baby rumors?" Fans quickly shared the video, and within minutes, Mama Jones verified trended, global. By Monday morning, gossip websites had proclaimed the story to be the most significant romantic relationship scandal. Hip-hop history. More detailed screenshots of purported court documents surfaced, this time showing a woman's name partially seen, like the initials BB. Supporters instantly connected it to Brooke Bailey, and the mayhem escalated when an anonymous source revealed to Hollywood Unlocked that they attended a confidential VH1 production meeting where execs talked about the baby's narrative line months ago. The purported leak claims that VH1 possessed video of Jim cuddling a newborn and intended to utilize it in the upcoming Love and Hip season. Hop! But after Chrissy threatened to resign, the video was removed, and fans once more cried out treachery. Blogs had headlines like, "VH1 tried to hide Jim's secret family," suggesting that the network was aware of the baby's existence and attempted to use it to boost ratings. The pawn was Chrissy. Chrissy, meanwhile, eventually spoke up once again, sharing a mysterious Instagram picture of herself drinking wine while wearing a black dress. Fans flocked to the post with the message, "Only with, free at last." There were no hashtags or explanations, just the unadulterated spirit of freedom. Celebrities added to the remarks saying, "She's done, she's walking away." Yandi Smith loved the post. Cardi B shared it on her page. and Tamar Braxton left a comment with 3 crown emojis. As she should, but Jim wasn't about to let Chrissy have the last word, reads the caption. Another leak was discovered a few hours later. This time, there were a number of purported screenshots of Chrissy texting a mail stored on her phone under the name M. The communications were unfiltered, and you were the only one. Anyone ever made me feel selected, and while I'm with you, I don't think about the past 20 years. The timestamps aligned. Fans were furious during the time that Chrissy and Jim were still dating. Was Chrissy also cheating? Blogs went crazy trying to figure out who the enigmatic M was, and whether he was the reason she was finally able to leave Jim. Some swore it was a top industry insider, while others said it was Marcus Bellamy, the architect previously connected to Chrissy. As hashtags like Chagger Chrissy exposed and Chagger Chrissy keated started rising, Chrissy supporters hit back, but Jim's admirers celebrated, feeling that he finally had the upper hand. The debate erupted on Twitter, with followers splitting into factions and claiming the texts were phony, doctored by Jim's staff to divert attention from the baby controversy. Another surprise was revealed amid the confusion between Team Jim and Team Chrissy. VH1 producers, seemingly tired of the leaked preview trailer for the next Love and Hip Hop special, which included Jim flinging his microphone to the ground, Chrissy storming off set. "And y'all don't want the truth out because it'll ruin y'all too," Mama Jones yells at producers. A blurry picture of a newborn crib marked the conclusion of the teaser. "The truth will air soon," they said. Fans let out an incredulous yell. Was the entire issue being packaged for TV ratings? Twitter went crazy, validating the baby storyline. Fans claimed that the network was taking advantage of Chrissy's suffering when Nadger VH1 exposed soared to the top of trending lists. The suspense reached a fever pitch, but the cliffhanger that concluded Part 2 arrived late that evening, according to an anonymous Twitter user who acknowledged that they couldn't wait to check in. A single image posted by an account called Truths in Harlem that looked like a birth certificate drove the internet into a frenzy. The child's birth date, the mother's name, Brooke Bailey, and the father's name, James Jim Jones. The internet went down less than a year ago. Jim's credibility vanished, Chrissy's quiet became deafening, and Mama Jones's fans everywhere said the same thing. 20 years squandered. Chrissy deserves it. Now, ranting felt like damage control. Improved. The purported birth certificate went viral, appearing on every blog, being discussed on every live broadcast, and being shared in every group chat on the nation. Some vowed it was authentic, but others zoomed closer, highlighted the signatures, and compared penmanship. The date was what made the leak irresistible, despite the claims of others that it was a hoax designed to ruin Jim's career. It was hard to ignore that date of birth, which led Jim to live a double life while continuing to post pictures of a happy couple with Chrissy. Until Chrissy made her move late on Monday, there was a deafening quiet on both sides. She posted one heart-stopping video on Instagram that evening, as she was seated in her living room with an unopened glass of wine next to her. "Chrissy, I waited for 20 years as she stared directly into the camera, her eyes burning, her voice trembling. I prayed. I had faith in an unattainable future. And now you all see what I've been living with." She stopped and raised her naked hand, showing nothing but falsehoods and babies that weren't mine. No ring, no promises, no respect. "I'm finally choosing myself." Goodbye were the 5 words she used to close the video, and they went viral on the internet. Within an hour, the video had 1 million views, and by dawn, the hashtags "Goodbye Chrissy" and "Hush Chrissy Deserves Better" were trending globally. Celebrities rallied to Tara GP and uploaded her video with Queen Spirit, while fans showered her with heartfelt and kind comments, admiring her courage. Jim doubled hard, posting his own video of himself sitting in a dark car with his chain shining in the streetlight. His tone was defiant, irate. "I'm not going to explain myself to the internet. You guys believe you know me, but you don't. My life is my business. You can believe whatever you want, but be aware that not everything you hear is true." Fans criticized him harshly in the comments, accusing him of gaslighting Chrissy, evading responsibility, and making up excuses. To make matters worse, Mama Jones' Chrissy isn't innocent. She returned with another live, this time going full scorched earth. She stayed because she wanted that TV power, even though she understood what was happening. My son isn't a bad guy. He's a guy, and men make errors, but all along Chrissy had been acting for the cameras. Mama Jones received immediate criticism from fans, who showered